Hundreds of Liberty University students and staff gathered together to hold a prayer vigil for the family of political activist Charlie Kirk. Yesterday, Kirk was shot and killed while speaking on a college campus in Utah.
ABC 13's Hayden Robertson was at the vigil and shares how these students say Kirk impacted them.
Arms around one another, hand in hand. Hundreds of Liberty University students praying, many heartbroken by the senseless act of violence that claimed the life of Charlie Kirk. Chancellor Jonathan Falwell asked them to pray for Kirk's family, Turning Point USA, and the nation. But before the prayer, this happened.
Jonathan!
Okay. Yeah, man.
I think we should add a fourth to that list.
What's the fourth?
I think we should pray for the man who shot him, too.
Absolutely.
A student asked Jonathan to pray for whoever shot Kirk, and Falwell did just that.
No idea what brought him to that moment. But God, I pray today, in this moment, in this hour, Lord, that you would put your hand upon him.
Kirk was no stranger to Liberty University. He spoke there several times, like during CPAC in 2019. Former President Jerry Falwell Jr. told me they were close and is appalled by what happened.
I just had a terrible feeling in my stomach. It's just something wrong in this country when people can't just debate their differences, debate ideas, and not resort to personal attacks or harm. It's awful.
He knew that there were people out there who, quite frankly, wanted him dead.
Kennedy Wetzel is the Turning Point USA chapter president at Liberty University. She says Kirk was passionate about giving a voice to young conservatives who felt they never had one.
It means the world to all of us who share the same beliefs and want the same things for America that he does, because he's not afraid, or he wasn't afraid to share those beliefs and to just go out and speak his mind no matter what.
Knowing Charlie on a personal level, it definitely hit home a little bit more. Certainly started praying, and then when President Trump made the announcement that Charlie had passed, my heart broke.
Jake Daggle tells me he was one of the first few people Kirk hired back in 2012. Daggle admired that while many did not have the same views as Kirk, he would respect them.
He has family members that disagree with him politically, but he was still able to respect them as people. And I think that's something as Americans we need to strive to do, is even when we disagree with people, that we should still respect each other on an individual basis.
As prayers and well wishes pour in for Kirk's wife Erica and their children, Wetzel says they will keep his work alive no matter what.
We are going to continue to pray over you all for a very, very long time. You will get through it. Just trust in the Lord. And we will continue your husband's legacy. I promise you that.
Because of how much Charlie Kirk loved Liberty University, he was set to speak there later next month. Following the vigil, many students headed to their weekly chapel service, Campus Community. There, they continued to worship and pray for the Kirk family and the nation. Back to you.
And back in 2019, Kirk and then President Jerry Falwell Jr. opened the Fall Kirk Center for Faith and Liberty. Now, it was billed as a think tank to uphold the Christian faith and defend the Constitution. However, students and alumni filed a petition to shut it down, stating it was too political and did not uphold the school's Christian values. After Kirk left Liberty in 2021 and Falwell had resigned, the school renamed it Standing for Freedom Center.
This morning, a massive manhunt for the person who shot and killed Charlie Kirk. The conservative activist was taking questions from students at Utah Valley University about mass shootings in America when a single shot rang out.
Do you know how many mass shooters there have been in America over the last 10 years? Counting or not counting gang violence? Great.
Thousands were in the crowd watching as a witness recalled the horrific scene.
I was 15 feet away, and it was really hard to witness. As the guy said shooting or shooters or something like that, you just hear the gunshot and I'm sorry, you just see his neck just like open up, and there's just like so much blood that just came out. It was was horrible.
The Utah Department of Public Safety initially took 2 people into custody, but later released them. And as of this morning, the manhunt for the suspected shooter continues. A motive for the shooting remains unclear, but Utah Republican Governor Spencer Cox called it a political assassination.
Our nation is broken. We've had political assassinations recently in Minnesota. We had an attempted assassination on the governor of Pennsylvania. And we had an attempted assassination on a presidential candidate and former president of the United States, and now current president of the United States.
Charlie Kirk was a conservative commentator who founded Turning Point USA and who was known for reaching out to young conservative voters. He took a stand against abortion and most forms of immigration while stoking controversy by promoting election fraud claims, challenging LGBTQ rights, and ridiculing climate science. Earlier this year, Kirk saying his views put him at risk of violence.
You are potentially putting your safety, your well-being, and God forbid, your life in jeopardy for simply being a conservative on a college campus.
In Washington, lawmakers remembering Kirk with a moment of reflection. President Trump ordered flags around the country to be flown at half-staff. That moment of silence quickly turned into a shouting match, with one GOP lawmaker requesting the prayer be said out loud, while Democrats shouted for gun safety legislation. Nicole D'Antonio, ABC News, Washington.
And in the next half hour, see how Charlie Kirk is being remembered here in Lynchburg and the special connection he had with Liberty University.
The murder of political activist Charlie Kirk is shining a light back on the rising political violence in our country.
And as ABC's Andrea Fujii reports, the violence has come from both sides of the aisle.
This morning, the murder of Charlie Kirk is heightening concern about the rise in cases of political violence across the country.
Our nation is broken. And I want to be very clear that this is a political assassination.
Then candidate Trump was shot at a campaign rally in Pennsylvania last year. An audience member, firefighter Corey Comparator, was killed. Months later, a second attempt on Trump's life at his Florida golf course. The suspect is now on trial. This past June, a Minnesota state representative and her husband were shot and killed in their home. And in April, police say a man tried to kill Pennsylvania Governor Josh Shapiro, setting his home on fire.
This kind of violence is becoming far too common in our society. It is not okay. And it has to stop.
This year, threats against members of Congress are surging, with nearly 14,000 compared to 9,000 during all of last year. Many are asking, is the political temperature too hot? And is social media adding fuel to the fire?
A lot of it has to do, I think, with a fragmented media landscape. People can express their views on social media freely. And I think that breeds a certain amount of incivility and division.
Historian Mark Updegrove compares today's political divisions to the 1960s.
We saw the assassination of John F. Kennedy in 1963, Malcolm X in 1964, and Martin Luther King and Robert Kennedy in 1968. It shook this country to its very foundations. And it was a time of great change and upheaval. Eventually, we came out of it. But I think we saw then that political violence was not the answer to our problems.